Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another edition of What's Happening Wednesday. This is a weekly roundup show that I like to do on this channel, which again gives me the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. Keep you guys updated with things that are fanging on the world of Transformers. I'll let you know what's happening with this YouTube channel and of course my Instagram, which is Toys_R_Us. This is part 2 of Wednesday's news and there's still more and more coming. It's just, as I always say, it's just a great time to be a Transformers fan, and especially if you're lucky enough to be going to tfcon in Los Angeles. There is another confirmed voice actor there. This is James Horan, who of course is the voice of Wheeljack from Transformers Prime, so he's confirmed as a guest. The guest list for that place now is crazy. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Okay, talking of other things that's exciting and interesting, it looks like we found a code or of an animatronic Rise of the Beasts toy. Now we don't know exactly what it is. It's got the Hasbro code F3937. It's going to be $120 plus, so it's obviously not going to be probably as good as the RoboSen, but it's going to be something along the same lines. Basically, it's indicating that the toy's half the size and in weight, and basically it's rumoured to be an auto-transforming figure. I took this information from TFW 2005 if you'd like to have a look at it yourself. There's not much more on that at the moment, but of course, if anything happens, I will of course let you know. Now, this is something that's been featured a few times on here and a lot in Transformers fandom at the moment. This is the thing that they did at TF Nation in the UK. So this is basically Jim Sorensen and Chris McFeely. I'm just going to read it straight out because it's easier that way. They summarised and showed off fan art interpretations of Ron Friedman's first Transformers the movie script, which is of course quite different to how the movie turned out. Now, via a special YouTube, what they've got is they can share for you the videos that complete the presentation. So for those of you who weren't at TF Nation in the UK way back in August, what they've got is they've got it under 4 videos. Now you can go to TFW 2005 and you can either click on the link or you can see here, there, we've got all 4. I've just screenshotted of the videos there, and what they called it was brilliant. It was called Beyond Your Wildest Imagination, and again, it's a completely different take. It's the first draft of the movie, so of course lots of things in that draft didn't happen. I've always done no spoilers on this channel, so I don't want to tell you what exactly happens, and the beauty of it is now you don't even have to read it. They released a script a couple of months back, but with this you can just literally listen to them going through it themselves. It's a really good watch, and for those of you who didn't get to see it, I'd highly recommend having a nose at it. Right, this is something else I've got from TFW 2005. I'm just going to quickly summarise this. So this is, it says, although unfortunately the New York Toy Fair has been pushed back till September this year, the UK Toy Fair is still going to go ahead, and indeed Nuremberg is as well. And what it's saying here, that Rise of the Beasts is going to be pretty much the main thing. So expect the Toy Fair is going to, well, expect loads of things basically to be revealed and to come out from the 24th of January to the 26th of January. That's in London. And then the Spiel awareness is on the 1st of February to the 5th of February in Nuremberg, Germany. So watch this space. Keep your eyes and ears on social media. I'm sure there's going to be loads of things coming out regarding new figures, and all to do with the film, etc. Right, sightings first and foremost worldwide. So we've got Authentics Bravo Wave 6 in the Philippines. We've got Earthspark Wave 1 Tacticians, Warriors Deluxe and Spin Changes in Peru. We've got Legacy Evolution Wave 4 is out in Canada. This is a bit, I don't know if it's, what's the word? Surprising is definitely a word, but this is Earthspark and this is in the UK, and it's just funny that these haven't made their way to major toy shops. It's they've gone straight to either discount shops or indeed supermarkets like Morrison's, but there they are. They're for sale in Morrison's, so not only is Home Bargains getting some, so is Morrison's. And then this is the craziest. This has been spotted in game for £14.99, which is probably just under $20. So if you don't have that set, get yourselves to game, or maybe see if it's online. In fact, that's a crazy price. Right, moving on. Matrix Workshop are at it again with another fantastic upgrade kit. This is for Leo Prime, and what's really cool about this, if you just keep watching the pictures, is there's the guns, and the attachments will then fit into the barrels, and then you can combine them all to make a huge weapon. What a great idea. That looks fantastic. Again, unfortunately can't show you any images in hand with the figures, but as soon as I can, I will do. Right, everybody seems to be doing this at the moment, but it's really good that they're doing this. So we've got artist Mary Sue Challoner. She shared via, get me words out, her artisan account. So Transformers Battleground. So that was the game that was released a few years ago based on the Cyberverse characters. And she's got some images and concept art from the game. So we've got some rather dull ones to start off with. So we've just got some accessories, we've got some foliage, and randomly, I never played the game, so I cannot explain to you why there's a hot dog stand. Anybody played the game will know. But then we've got some brilliant images of course, the characters. Now, of course, these look quite basic because, as you can see in the corner, and as I said a bit back, it is based on a Cyberverse toy line and indeed a Cyberverse game. So it's still interesting to look back on these and I suppose appreciate the work that went into designing and indeed making these characters and indeed computer graphic images of characters that we love. Moving on to the final ones, we've got Megatron front and back and indeed Grimlock. There we go. So again, if you want to check out more of these, it's Sue Challoner, Mary Sue Challoner, and it's on her Artisan page or via TFW 2005. Right. We saw Bumblebee in hand in packaging. This is more interesting. This is Battletrap. And the reason why this is more interesting, not only do we get to see the packaging, but we get to see the display stand on the inside. So that's obviously come from a scene in the movie that we've got no idea about, but that's obviously going to be quite important if they're deeming it necessary to be the backdrop for these figures. So that's something really interesting straight off. And there indeed is Battletrap on the stand, looking great. On the box you can see that there's the head sculpt and indeed the Decepticon as logo as well, so that's looking good. All right, I showed you earlier in the day or last night, depending where you were, the pictures of gears. This is of course Magic Square's take on Windcharger, but this is the important ones that we want to see. So there is a comparison with G1, and he's smaller than the G1, or perhaps just exactly head height the same, and maybe a little bit smaller in vehicle mode. So that gives you an idea of the actual size of these figures. And indeed there they are compared with some Micromasters as well. Okay, moving on, Doctor Who, staying with third party. I was on Doctor Who's Weibo page. Their figures are great. I wish I could get them in the UK a bit cheaper and not have to pay huge import charges. This is their take on, of course, Toxitron. I hope I've got that right. This is Toxic. What are they calling him? I want to make sure that they're calling him Toxic. I've just looked, you'll see in a second, I'll tell you in a minute. But there he is out of the packaging. These figures are beautiful. Look at them. It's got a little roller. There's the trailer with the Energon axe. There is the robot front and back. There he is with axe and gun and just gun. And again, remember, these figures are actually smaller than Legends class. So these are fantastic. There he is with some of the other figures again from the Doctor Who toy line. There is the alternate mode, and indeed I've zoomed in for this now as well so we can see, and we can see Toxic Danger. That is of course what Doctor Who are calling him, and he's obviously available to order from Doctor Who already. Right, this is via the Full Force Facebook and YouTube channel. We've heard a rumour about an upcoming Transformers collaborative G.I. Joe with Triple T and Sergeant Slaughter. So obviously Sergeant Slaughter is the wrestling character, and again it's all still heavily rumoured, but if you remember a week or so ago there was a rumour that Soundwave was going to be perhaps a G.I. Joe character, so perhaps this could be it. Sergeant apparently mentioned by Sergeant Slaughter himself during a convention, so pretty much something's happening with regards to this, but whether it's going to be a Transformers crossover we don't know. I took this information from TFW 2005. And this is something interesting as well. So Transformers Earthspark Burger King Kids Meal coming soon. You can see here there at the very top of that list from January the 20th, Transformers Earthspark and My Little Pony figures are going to be available with your Kids Club meals at Burger King. So that's a chance to get a bit of memorabilia regarding Earthspark. Anyway, this concludes the news for part 2 of what's happening Wednesday. As ever, I will be back in contact with you if anything else drops before the next update on Friday. In the meantime, I'm going to get around to doing some more normal reviews, as well as doing updates and probably doing mini showcases on certain areas because there's so much going on. Huge thank you to everybody, especially the channel members. Had a couple more this week. Thank you ever so much to My Name's Blanca and Peter J. Rees. They've jumped on board and they're going to be in the draw later on this month for the next giveaway that I'm going to be doing. Huge thank you to everybody anyway for all the support. As I say, just especially channel members for doing that a little bit more. I'm absolutely still loving this, still buzzing from that Hasbro interview, which was fantastic. Hopefully got more of them lined up in the future, even more so with Hasbro. I can't tell you yes or no. But yes, everything's going well. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. The messages of support and all the comments everybody's leaving really do mean a lot. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for the support, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Take care.